The company that owns Steam, that being Valve, has built a great reputation among gamers, especially PC gamers, but it continues to become public enemy number one in the face of powerful organizations and corporate journalists. As over the months, I've been covering various lawsuits that have been launched against Steam or Valve, everything from the UK-based lawsuit helmed by Vicky Shotbolt, an activist with ties to Ofcom, the Office of Communications, which of course is the same UK organization pushing the Online Safety Act, back to here in the United States where Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, has been leading the charge on a lawsuit that accuses Valve of promoting illegal gambling. Those are just two quick examples of around half a dozen lawsuits currently being leveled at Steam, but now we've got two more lawsuits that have recently been brought forth. The first is a new U.S. class action lawsuit that primarily targets Microsoft, but heavily also implicates Valve, accusing the two companies of a secret agreement to fix prices and limit competition on the PC gaming market. The second is a Dutch consumer claim directly against Valve, where a group called Game Claim alleges that Valve abused its market dominance with 30% cuts and price parity rules, claiming that Dutch gamers have been overcharged by more than 220 million euros since 2013. On top of this barrage of lawsuits, 4 months ago, disgraced activist outlet The Guardian also published a hit piece against Valve, essentially accusing the platform of harboring bigotry and attempting to force Valve into censoring the open discussions on their Steam forums and reviews. The journalists particularly getting upset at discussions and reviews that they claim are, quote, anti-woke, unquote, something the journalists find very problematic and offensive. It seems like gamers are pretty much all in unanimous agreement that all of this stuff is way too coincidental. We've seen how ideological organizations on the left have attempted to seize the gaming industry as their own over the last decade or so, and they did manage to succeed in infecting the AAA industry, but what they didn't plan on was that gamers would not unquestionably eat their AAA DI-infested slop, and so their games like SSK the JL, Veilguard, Concord, etc. have been massive losses for them. What's more, they also failed to make Valve capitulate to their demands. And as mentioned a moment ago, they despise Valve's mostly free speech approach. And so we see this growing ire from them directed over at Valve. And so their latest tactics seem to be bombarding Valve itself with lawsuit after lawsuit. Now, I'm not saying that all of these groups and people are directly working together in an organized way. However, at the very least, it does seem like they're trying to do a sort of approach of throwing darts at a dartboard, hoping that eventually something will stick or they'll start creating cracks in Valve's operations. However, so far, they haven't had any success with that. And so the lawsuits keep piling up, and we'll see where this all eventually concludes. That's the latest. Have a great weekend up ahead, and I'll see you in the next one.